Hi, it's Scott Vogel on Sex Addiction. I'm going to share with you step 4 in the 12-step fellowships of recovery from sex addiction. Step 4 says, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Step 4 is all about getting totally and completely honest with myself, becoming accountable and responsible for my role in my life and what part I played in getting myself to where I am today. Realize that it's searching. We really have to look at our lives. It's fearless, and it's a moral inventory, which moral means right and wrong. So we have to really look at our lives and see, how'd we get to where we are, what we do right and what we do wrong. The principle behind step 4 is courage. It's the courage to take a searching and fearless moral inventory of our lives. I have to remind myself of both right and wrong. I have to look at what was right in my life as well as what was wrong. So many of my defects of character have both good and bad parts of me. I have to realize the good parts of my character I want to keep, my character virtues, my character assets, and some of those same character assets that I use for good, I can also use for bad. So I need to look closely at my defects of character, and I need to draw the line. When working step 4, most people will write their life story. Where in step 1, you kind of wrote a little bit about how your life was unmanageable. Now you start to really look at your entire life, your life story. You talk about your family and your relationships. You talk about religion, spirituality. You talk about education and employment. You talk about friends. You talk about different situations you were involved in. And then you talk about what kind of judgments you may have made and what kind of resentments are you holding on to. Do you blame people for things that happen in your life? And what feelings were you experiencing? Or some might say, I don't know what I felt. What do you think you may have felt during a particular time in your life? You start to build a story about your life and how you came to become an addict and how you became a person that has many defects of characters. And you'll find as you begin to work through this fearless, searching moral inventory, you'll start to learn where a lot of your defects of character came from so you can begin to fix them. The prayers for step 4, the first prayer is, God, mold my ideals in this particular area of my life and help me to live up to them. What would I do in each specific matter? Guide me, God, and give me strength to do it right. This prayer is about asking God or your higher power for guidance in a specific instance or situation so that you don't act on your own accord. So in a situation where you're having a challenge, you just say, hey God, mold my ideas in this particular area of my life and help me to live up to them. There are actually 3 prayers for the 4th step, and the second prayer says, God, remove my fear from me and direct my attention to what you would have me be. So when I'm overrun with fear and doubt, this prayer helps calm me down and center me. And the third prayer is, God, help me show this person the same tolerance, pity, and patience I would cheerfully grant a sick friend. This is a sick person. How may I be helpful to him or her? God, save me from being angry. Thy will, not mine, be done. So when I'm unsure of my role or my part in a relationship, when I'm feeling harmed, shamed, or disrespected, when I believe or think ill or wrong of another person, this prayer helps me to realize I can be compassionate, empathetic, tolerating, forgiving, and accepting. Please visit our YouTube channel on sex addiction for more videos on sex addiction, porn addiction, and recovery from sex addiction. Go to www.onsexaddiction.com, and there you'll find a free video explaining what sex addiction is, 7 symptoms of sex addiction, the 4 traumas of sex addiction, the 4 faulty core beliefs set up by the traumas of sex addiction, and the 7 paths to success, the solution, recovery from sex addiction. And there you'll also find more information about sex addiction and recovery from sex addiction.